Ever feel like your horoscope is eerily accurate?
Yeah,
We'll get ready to deep dive into the world of astrology. You wanted to understand more about where it came from, how it works, and why it's so captivating.
right.
Despite being scientifically dubious, we've got excerpts from encyclopedias, historical texts, even a peek into different astrological traditions to unpack for you today.
It's fascinating how humans have always looked to the stars for meaning and guidance, and astrology is a prime example of that.
Let's start with a trip back in time to ancient Babylon, where the 12-sign zodiac we know and love, or love to debate, originated.
What's interesting is that it wasn't just about mapping the stars, but about creating a more user-friendly calendar. The Babylonians were lunar calendar experts, but it wasn't the easiest system to follow.
Let's say look to the stars for a better solution.
Exactly. They divided the ecliptic, the path the sun appears to travel across the sky, into 12 equal parts, each linked to a constellation the sun used to pass through during that time of year.
Hold on. Used to. Did the stars move or something?
It's not quite that the stars moved, but more like our perspective shifted. Think of it like a spinning top slowly wobbling over time. That wobble is called axial precession. And it means the constellations have shifted since the Babylonians first mapped out the zodiac.
Wow.
So technically, your sun sign might not actually align with the constellation it's named after?
Mind blown. But for now, let's stick with how Western astrology works, even if the stars have moved on a bit. So these 12 signs became the backbone of the zodiac. What's the significance of them?
Well, each sign is believed to embody specific qualities and energies. You probably know the basics. Fiery Aries, grounded Taurus, communicative Gemini, and so on. But it gets way more complex than just those sun signs. Western astrology looks at the positions of all the planets at your birth and their relationships to each other.
It's like a cosmic recipe with each planet as an ingredient.
A delicious analogy. Our source material had a table summarizing the core components, and it's more than just which sign the sun was in when you were born. Each sign also has an element, a modality, and a ruling planet, all adding nuances to the recipe.
Okay, hit me with the highlights. Elements, modalities, ruling planets. Break it down.
Think of the elements as giving a sign its overall vibe. Fire signs are passionate and energetic. Earth signs are grounded and practical. Air signs are intellectual and communicative. And water signs are emotional and intuitive.
You know how each season has its own vibe?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the modalities capture. It shows how each sign expresses that seasonal energy.
Exactly. Cardinal signs are the initiators, bursting onto the scene like Aries with spring. Fixed signs are stable and sustaining, like Taurus holding steady through the season. And mutable signs are adaptable and flexible, like Gemini wrapping up spring and preparing for summer.
So even within a season, there are different ways of experiencing it. That's cool. And each sign has a planetary ruler, right? Like a cosmic overlord.
You could say that. Each planet embodies certain energies, and those resonate with specific signs. Mars, the planet of action, rules Aries, making them that go-getter pioneering archetype. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, rules Taurus, bringing those sensual, pleasure-seeking vibes.
This is all starting to make sense. So it's not just your sun sign, but this whole blend of elements,
Right.
modalities, and ruling planets that creates a more nuanced picture.
Precisely. And it gets even more intricate because each planet is thought to be stronger or weaker depending on which sign it's in.
Wait, what? Planets have good days and bad days, too. Tell me more. Okay, planetary good days and bad days. I'm all ears. Does this mean my horoscope is more accurate on certain days?
It's not about specific days, but more about how effectively a planet can express its energy in a particular sign. It's called dignity in astrology. Imagine planets as having their favorite hangout spots.
Like cosmic cafes where they feel right at home.
Exactly. Take the moon, for example. It loves to be in Cancer. It's like its
Yeah.
cosmic living room where it can really express its emotional, nurturing energy. But in Capricorn, it's like being stuck in a stuffy board meeting. Not the moon's vibe at all.
So the moon is more powerful in Cancer and a bit subdued in Capricorn. That's fascinating. Are there other planetary power dynamics at play?
There are. We could dive into the technicalities of detriment and exaltation, but let's keep it simple for now. The key takeaway is that a planet's energy can be amplified or muted depending on its zodiac sign.
So it's like some signs give a planet an extra shot of espresso, while others tell it to chill out with a chamomile tea.
That's a great way to put it. Now, before we get too lost in the Western system, remember we touched on other astrological traditions. Indian astrology, also known as Jyotisha, uses the same 12 signs, but with a unique twist.
Didn't you mention they're keeping things up to date with the stars?
Yes. They use a sidereal zodiac, based on the actual positions of the constellations. Remember that wobble we talked about, axial
Oh,
precession?
yeah.
Jyotisha takes that into account. They've also got this fascinating concept called nakshatras, 27 lunar mansions, each associated with a specific star or group of stars.
So they're working with a much more detailed map of the sky. What kind of insights do these nakshatras provide?
They add another layer of depth to interpretations. For example, there's a nakshatra called Ashwini, associated with the head of a horse. It represents healing new beginnings, a dynamic, pioneering energy. Think of them as the cosmic EMTs, always ready to help us get back on track.
Cosmic EMTs. I love it. So similar framework to Western astrology, but with a uniquely Indian twist. What about the Chinese zodiac? That one sounds completely different.
It is. Forget those 12 signs for a moment. The Chinese zodiac operates on a 60-year cycle that combines 12 animal signs with 5 elements. So instead of being a Gemini, you might be a dragon or a rat.
Whoa, a dragon. That's way cooler than Gemini. Tell me more about this cosmic menagerie.
Each animal embodies specific qualities. The rat is clever and resourceful. The ox is diligent and reliable. The tiger is courageous and powerful, and so on. And the 5 elements, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, add another layer of complexity.
So you can be a fire dragon or a water rat. How do they determine which animal goes with which year?
There are tons of stories. One popular legend says the Jade Emperor, a big deity in their mythology, held a race across a river to decide the order. The rat, being sneaky, hitched a ride on the ox and then jumped ahead at the last minute to win.
Classic rat move. So it's not just about personality traits. This zodiac is woven into their culture, right?
Absolutely. It influences everything from compatibility in relationships to auspicious dates for big events. It's a whole worldview, not just a fun personality quiz.
We've journeyed from ancient Babylon to Greece, India, and China. And it's clear that humans have always been fascinated by using the stars to understand ourselves. But let's be real, does any of this actually hold up scientifically?
This is where we have to tread carefully. While astrology is captivating, it's classified as a pseudoscience.
Okay, so no scientific backing for those horoscope predictions, but why do so many people swear by them? So you're saying those studies linking star signs to personality traits
Yeah.
aren't reliable?
Rigorous scientific testing just hasn't found evidence to support those claims. For example, studies have shown that professional astrologers can't accurately match birth charts to personalities any better than random chance. It's basically like flipping a coin.
So no cosmic connection there. What about those claims that planetary alignments influence events here on Earth? Any truth to that?
Researchers haven't found any reliable connections there either. The position of Mars at your birth won't dictate whether you're ambitious or laid back.
Okay, so if the stars aren't actually calling the shots, why do so many people feel like their horoscopes resonate with them?
There are a few fascinating explanations for that. One is confirmation bias, our tendency to focus on information that confirms our existing beliefs. If you believe you're a typical fiery Aries, you'll notice when your horoscope predicts bold moves and forget when it's way off.
So we cherry pick the evidence to fit our narrative. Is there anything else at play?
Don't underestimate the Barnum effect. The tendency to believe vague descriptions apply specifically to us. Horoscopes often use language that's open to interpretation, letting us project our own experiences onto those predictions. It's like those personality quizzes that tell everyone they're a unique blend of creative and practical.
We all want to feel special,
Yeah,
but I have to admit there's something compelling about the symbolism and archetypes in astrology.
absolutely. The zodiac signs, with their rich mythology and associated traits, offer a framework for understanding ourselves and others. Even if the stars aren't pulling the strings, these archetypes can resonate with us on a psychological level.
It's like those archetypes tap into something deeper within us, even if it's not scientifically proven. So where does this leave us? Are we team skeptic or team... It's just for fun.
I think the beauty of astrology is that you get to decide. Whether you see it as entertainment, a tool for self-reflection, or a fascinating historical phenomenon, there's something to be gained from exploring its depths.
We've certainly done some exploring today, from ancient Babylon to the complexities of the Western zodiac, the nuances of Jyotisha, and the cosmic menagerie of the Chinese zodiac. It's been quite a journey. So what are your takeaways? Did we answer your burning questions about astrology?
What surprised you? What sparked your curiosity?
We always love hearing your thoughts, whether you're a diehard astrology enthusiast or a skeptical observer. I hope this deep dive gave you a new appreciation for its historical and cultural significance.
Astrology has captivated human imagination for millennia. Even if the stars aren't dictating our destinies, the stories we tell about them reveal a lot about ourselves.
Beautifully said. So keep looking up, keep exploring, and keep that cosmic curiosity burning bright. There's a whole universe of knowledge out there waiting to be discovered.
Yeah.
Happy deep diving, everyone.